that. Don't make the black kids angry.
If you say the sun is going to come up tomorrow, or if you push a rock down a hill and you say it eventually will hit the bottom of the hill, that's not really predicting the future. That's just observing a chain of events that has an inevitable conclusion. And so that's what I was doing the other day when I was talking about the two stories we had done recently on black-on-white murder in New Orleans. I said, listen, the people that really get in trouble in New Orleans are the tourists that go down there, and they're the ones who are damaged by all the denial, deceit, and delusion by the news accounts who just absolutely refuse to tell the people of New Orleans about the problem of black-on-white crime, violence, hostility, and dysfunction down there. Instead, what we hear from the mayor on down is that black people are victims of white racism, and that's the big problem in New Orleans. So you get a guy from Holland coming over there on a bike, riding around on a bike, meet the lovely lady in a bar. She says, oh, why don't we leave and go somewhere more comfortable? That's code word in New Orleans for, why don't I take you somewhere where I can kill you?
Right now, a man fatally shot in New Orleans East, identified as a tourist from Denmark.
And as Tiffany Wong reports, his attorney says he was killed Saturday morning.
Poul Hansen was on a bike tour across America when he made a pit stop in New Orleans that turned deadly. According to a spokesperson for the family, his body was discovered in a New Orleans East neighborhood, blocks from the hotel where he was staying.
What we know is just that he was found shot dead in the morning this Saturday.
Police say they were called to the 4200 block of America Street Saturday morning, where they found a man shot in the head. According to the coroner's office, that man has been identified as 44-year-old Poul Hansen.
The family and his travel companions were alarmed that he was not, he didn't come home or back to the hotel.
Maud's Promming says it took until today for investigators to identify Hansen.
I think he was robbed, so he didn't have any identifications, and so I guess they thought he was, they couldn't identify him.
He says Hansen was part of a bike tour that included 20 others from Denmark.
So they had like an itinerary to go, I guess, from coast to coast.
So another dead white tourist who goes to New Orleans believing the fairy tale of black victimization, white racism.
Please, sir, I want some more.
What?
Please, sir, I want some more.
Another tourist learned the hard way how much damage these reporters and public officials can do when they engage in the denial, deceit, and delusion of black victimization. And so when it comes time to point our finger as to who was responsible for this murder, yes, let's point our finger at the prostitute drug dealer who killed him. But let's not forget about the reporters and public officials who made it happen, who allowed it to happen just because they didn't want to make the black kids angry.